Hello there, folks. Kirk here with Kirk Giordano Plastering. What we're doing today is we're going to skim coat a lot of retaining walls. We're on the lagoon in Alameda, beautiful area. I'm actually going to skim coat some of the walls on this side too. And I was under the impression when I got here that I was going to have to take my shoes off, roll them up to my knees, my pants, and stand in the water there. But that makes it even better that the tide's out. Hopefully it'll stay out. What we're doing is, we were going to use a Portland cement on this, but the fellow's wife asked me, gee, can you add a color? No, we cannot add a color to Portland cement. We can add a color, we can do a skim coat, then add a color 2 weeks later. But I told her, gee, you know what, we have some Eisenwall rapid set on our job, and Eisenwall usually is the color of the sand, it's white. And then whatever the sand is, that's the color dictates for the that rapid set product. So because they have the tannish bricks here, I said, well, I'll do a tan. If you don't like it, you can do what you were going to do originally, paint it. But so we're going to skim coat all these walls. And a skim coat doesn't mean a 7/8 of an inch thick. That's a scratch and a brown coat. A skim coat simply means cover the grout. Cover the grout. And that could go anywhere from 1/8 to a 1/2 inch. Because sometimes grout sticks way out and we got to go that extra mile. So we're covering the grout. We're covering the grout, and then we're going to give this a float finish. On this, because he's going to put bricks on top. What I'm doing in order to get this straight line here, since I don't have a template or a guide, is I'm just using the skill I have in the trade. I'll show you. What we're doing is, Dan's handing it to me. I'm coming up like so. And I'm just going to do this the entire day. He's just going to hock it right to me, and I'm going to apply it just like this. But when we get to the top, I'll do something a little bit different. In fact, I'll show you with what we did already. A little bit simpler. Okay, we take the mud. Oh, here we go. We take this mud in order to get it, and we just do it just like that. You see how I'm pulling it back down? I'll show you something. Okay, a little bit more. Come on, big gun. All right. We take it and we go over it, and I make sure my lip is going over there. You see, I'm kind of, you can't really see that move, but I'm taking it and I'm dumping it over the top. I'm dumping it over the top. I'll show you one last quick thing of how to get a transition over the top. Watch it go over the top. And you say, well, how's that going to straighten it out? Well, I'm going to derby everything. Then I'm going to do this right here, and this will give me a clean line. Just going to scrape it like that. Then I'm going to pull the trowel like so. That gives me a pretty clean surface on the top. All right, guys, we are doing a vertical corner, and generally what I'll do is put a little bit on this side, and you pull it this way. Perfect corner. A little bit on this side, pull it this way. Perfect corner. Catch it. Then I'm going to use my derby and give it the final touches. Now, this particular finish, we are doing a float finish, meaning the walls are wavy, so I can do wavy walls, but this just gives me a truer finish. I come here, come down, I come up, and come down. That gives me it where it's a little bit true and plumber. Not that I gotta be perfect on this, because the house isn't. I come to my corners, I take it this way. So now that I got this wall true and plumb, and again, fella said, well, how are you gonna get these caps nice when we put the brick? Well, there's no way to get it perfect, but this is the best way without having wood up here to stop to or something. We do the best we can here, and then when he puts his brick or tile, there may be a lip under to cover it. The only one that's going to see it are the ducks in the lagoon, though. Anyhow, here we go, just like so. And now I'm going to start floating this. All right, guys, we are floating this wall. A lot of water on here. This material requires a lot of water. I'm floating it with a lot of water because that's the rapid set product. They advise it, and if they advise it, it's no joke. Do it. Of course, you got to be certified to use this particular product because there's a lot of ifs, ands, and buts. And I just spread this. but already, even with retardants, which slow the curing down, it's going over block. And that block is in the sun. We're about 75 degrees here. Not just barely warm, but warm enough to heat these guys up and suck the moisture right out of here. All right, guys, another quick tip. This or any other plaster, I don't care what kind of plaster it is, it won't adhere to this, or it'll adhere, but not forever unless you soak this down. Now I soak this wall down. I miss it. I keep missing it as I go along. Here I put a little too much water. So what I do is I scratch it, and then I'm gonna come back to it because it was starting to fall. But I'd rather have too much water than not enough. So I can double this right up right here. I'm doubling it up, going over that edge, going over that top edge, because I've got to make that top edge pretty. You basically do that, you cut it. That's as important with this product or any other product as far as the longevity of it as hosing it down periodically. This particular product, we got to hose it down a lot. So again, a lot of water on the block, and the homeowner pressure washed this. He did a great job. I just went over it earlier because I wasn't certain about the bottom, but I couldn't get anything off, so he did a great job. All right, guys, we are hustling because we're in the hot sun. It's about 75 degrees now. It's getting a little bit warmer. What I'm doing is, I did all this right here. I have a joint here. We always did the joint first. Get it wet. Bring it back to life right here. Bringing it back to life. With this particular product, we only have a little life. Otherwise, if I would allow that to turn white like these, no, I don't have enough muscle to fix that. It would just be a mistake, and I'd have to re-skim it. And with this product, I'm using a lot of water here, but check this out too. It specifies when you get your certification, keep this wet. Keep it wet. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to do that to this wall about 4 or 5 more times before we're done, because I'm doing the backs here. We got other sides over here. We got other things. So throughout the day, I'm going to continue to hydrate this wall. That gives it that structural strength. All right, guys, the fun part. We're cleaning up now. I'm hosing off the patio. Might as well bring this in too. We've taped all of our paper to the patio. This is stem concrete. No matter if you use duct tape or the red vinyl like we do, when we peel that up, sometimes there's some residue. Can't be helped. Anyhow, I'm washing this off, and yeah, my Dan says, hey, yeah, what about everything that's going over this wall? It's not hurting this. You mean I got some left? Anyway, it's not hurting this one bit right here where the water's hitting this. It's good for it. Over here, we soak it down. I've been doing this all day. I mean, granted, we've only been here about 5 hours. I figured about, Dan's here. I figured about, a half a yard of sand and about 4 to 5 bags of cement. We used that. Had it about right. Over here, last thing I'm going to do is hose this wall down about this time. That's all we need to do, guys. It is hosed down enough. And again, you don't have to use a rapid set Eisenwall for a foundation. In fact, that's way overkill. Too expensive a product for just using that. Just use Portland cement. Anyhow, folks, we are doing a good cleanup as usual. I always stress you can't keep a job clean enough. You do a great job. If you mess up a cleanup, that's what they remember. Anyhow, folks, thank you guys for watching, and as usual, see you guys on the next one.